Zunday, 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 comics and nonsense every Zunday. Zunday, 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 starring Zig again and Skipper Steve. Meet Skipper Steve, I'm the captain of the ship. While Zig again is mostly around for antics. Why did they name it Funny Books anyway? Because Antics Knee Books is a really, really stupid name. And it's really hard to say. Zunday, Zunday, Gubbingy, TGIZ, thank God it's Ziggy. Funny Books Comics on YouTube, not really sponsored by you. Don't you dare miss a single episode of Zunday. Don't you miss an episode. Welcome to Zunday. Welcome to Zunday, Ziggy. What are you reading this?
I'm sorry, were you talking to me?
Yes, Zig again. What were you reading during my...
Well, I was reading this book where Superman teams up
he's
with
fighting Shazam.
Well, he seems to be teaming up with this person who is named...
Shazam.
Well, it says something right here. What does it say?
Captain Marvel.
That's right.
Isn't that a DC comic?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
That's so confusing. They should just call him Shazam and get it over with.
That's the wizard. That's the wizard. Yes. That's who gave him his powers.
We have had multiple Shazam. Okay, so everyone who's very familiar with Ziggy knows that Ziggy is probably the proponent, although there are many, of calling the character who was granted his powers by the wizard Shazam Captain Marvel.
Well, it is his name.
It's his original name. And for those of you that don't know the history, is they were published by Fawcett. I would imagine the copyright lapsed. Marvel started to do their own Captain Marvel, which makes a lot of sense. And
it's a little more complicated than that.
Okay.
They were published by Fawcett, and then DC sued them, saying he was too similar to Superman. They fought back and forth, winning and losing back and forth for a number of years, until finally they settled, and part of the settlement was Fawcett agreed not to publish any more Captain Marvel comics. And then...
What did Fawcett get?
Nothing. They basically lost. They
lost.
They had to pay money and agree not to...
It's so funny now because now there's like 100 million Superman archetypes.
Right.
You know?
Right. The rules have gotten a lot more lax since then.
Yes.
And there's also 100 reasons why it's not.
Yeah, it's different character.
It's a very different character.
He's a boy that turns into an adult superhero.
Yeah.
He's still a boy.
And also, he flew before Superman did.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So don't think just because they have similar powers, that they were both super strong.
Yeah.
But Superman doesn't have the wisdom of Solomon.
You're right. That's for sure. He doesn't have super wisdom. John Byrne toyed with that idea that Superman had a super sense. No, Seinfeld, super sense of humor. He would have a super sense of. He'd be super funny. That's pretty funny. Yeah, but no, Shazam.
But anyway, eventually the trademark. Trademarks and copyrights are different.
Yeah.
And eventually, the trademark to Captain Marvel lapsed because they hadn't published any Captain Marvel comics. And then Marvel made their own Captain Marvel. Right,
that was the white guy with the green outfit, the white and green Captain Marvel, the original.
Marvel,
yeah.
And then eventually, since they were the reason, then DC licensed the Captain Marvel character from Fawcett.
Yes.
And started publishing new Captain Marvel comics. But because the character was named Captain Marvel, they were allowed to call him Captain Marvel because that's his name.
Yeah.
But they couldn't use the words Captain Marvel on the cover of the cover. Because that's the difference between copyright and trademark.
And probably on the TV show in the 70s, because that was called Shazam also.
Well, they couldn't title the show Shazam, but the character was called Captain Marvel.
No, I mean, they could title the show Shazam.
No, I'm sorry. They couldn't title the show Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
They had to title it Shazam.
Yeah.
But the character was still called Captain Marvel.
In the show, they called him Captain Marvel?
Yeah. It even said... in the credits, like I forget the guy's name, but like blah 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 as Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Because that was his name.
Mm-hmm. Maybe someone out there knows who played the.
I know. I usually know this. I just can't think of it right now.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. So.
So that's
they
what
look
happened.
alike too. They're very similar looking.
A lot of heroes are.
Yes. Yeah, especially back then. Like I remember, I read the Freedom Fighters. Every single one of them would look exactly the same.
Actually,
when they took off their
the
mask.
look of Captain Marvel was based on. I'm forgetting every name right now. My three sons.
Fred McMurray.
Fred McMurray. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. His face and stuff was based on Fred McMurray.
That's funny because it's been a Fred McMurray week here because one of our customers, Don, brought in a couple of videotapes for Kevin the Kid, who's an avid videotape collector.
Loves VHS.
And one of them was an old Disney movie starring Fred McMurray. Not the original Nutty Professor? No?
I don't know. Maybe.
No, something like that. So, yeah.
Captain Marvel was also the first superhero to be adapted into live action. The Captain Marvel Republic serials came out a year before the Superman serials came out. See?
That is some marvelous information there. I'm not so connected. I like calling him Shazam. I think it's cool. Shazam.
Well, that's the wizard.
Oh, I proved just now that I'm not Shazam because I didn't turn into Shazam when I said that. Imagine that'd be awkward.
Yeah. Whoops.
Whoops.
They actually so after the New 52, when DC decided to just call him Shazam.
Call him Shazam in the comic.
In the comic and everything.
Yeah.
So then he appeared on an episode of Teen Titans Go, right?
Yeah.
So they were calling him Shazam.
Yeah.
Right? Prior to that, when he appeared in cartoons, he was Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
In Justice League Unlimited, he was Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
In Batman Brave and the Bold, he was Captain Marvel. In Young Justice, he was Captain Marvel. But then this episode of Teen Titans Go was after they called him Shazam. So on the show, they called him Shazam. And the whole episode was about how he kept accidentally turning back into Billy Batson every time he tried to tell anybody his name. It was so good.
That's funny. Yeah. Yes. Welcome to the special all Shazam Captain Marvel episode of Zunday. Zunday does have a Z in it, like Shazam.
Yeah, which is...
Zunday has the power of Zeus.
Shazunday.
Shazunday. Yeah, Zunday with the power of Zeus.
Yes.
That could be something we use.
It's actually
and the underwear of Superman. That's what the U stands for.
The powers in Shazam would be the wisdom of Solomon, the strength of Hercules, the nonsense of Zunday.
Oh yeah. Well, that's. Wait a second. That's SH. That's. Wait. Say that again.
The strength of the wisdom of Solomon.
Solomon.
S.
Yeah.
The strength of Hercules.
It's an H.
Sh.
Oh, but then you went to...
Oh, I skipped the A. The courage of Achilles.
Yeah.
The courage of Achilles, and then the nonsense of Zunday.
That's Shin.
What do you mean that's
Nonsense.
Shin? It's the person.
Yes, it's the person.
Solomon, Hercules, Achilles, Zunday.
We'll work on that. Along with the Rolling Rock 33-word credo that we're working on. Because it's still Funny Book's 33rd birthday. We're still celebrating. It's within a month, right?
It is within. It's not the birthday month anymore.
Right, but
it is within a month of the birthday.
It's still rolling because the promotion's still going, and it is the first Sunday in July. That's why we're here, because we are doing the Sundays only the first week of July. Although we did 2 in June because we did one the first Sunday in June and then one for our birthday week.
Yeah.
And so there's been, Sundays. Today I worked on.
There's been Sundays. By the way, if you're watching right now live, don't be afraid to send us any messages in the chat.
Yes.
We always love hearing from you.
Yes. And it is 4th of July weekend here.
It is 4th of July. Happy birthday, America. In addition to Funny Books.
Yes, happy birthday, America. And there's some other birthdays coming up later in the show that you will want to stay tuned for. Do people still stay tuned?
Stay streaming?
Stay streaming for. Yes. So, and actually, the first Zunday in August, I will not be here. So there won't be another Zunday until September. And since the first day of September is a Monday, there will not be a Zunday until like September 8th or something.
Because it's the first Sunday
Yeah.
Of-
Yeah.
of
So
the
we're
month.
looking at a good almost 2 months till a new Sunday,
Yeah.
Definitely 7 weeks.
If you really, and I'm only going to do this if people say they want it. If you really want an August Zunday, let me know, and I have to see there's demand,
Yes.
and I'll convince Kevin to do one.
Oh, that'd be
with me.
fantastic. I'd love to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be great. Or you can get Kaz, the other fella, do your old show again.
We have that tape.
We have a tape, yeah. Yeah, we just found a bunch of old videotapes with, like, I don't even know if they're degraded or anything. We have to see. Because, they could be degraded. But anyway, it is July, and July's exciting at Funny Books for so many reasons. But let's start off with our first graphic, because July has the two biggest superhero movies of the year. And can you put that in the middle?
I can.
Maybe?
I'll just hold this.
We have, starting next week on the 11th.
Jesus.
What happened?
I almost dropped this on
Oh.
everything.
On the 11th, we have the new Superman movie by James Gunn.
Yep.
Pretty sure everyone's excited for that.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't know what to expect. I mean, I am kind of Superman movied out. There's been so many of them. But, James Gunn, he'll make it interesting. There'll be good music. He'll elevate characters that people don't know about very well.
Guy Gardner's in it.
Guy Gardner, Mr. Terrific, looks like he has a
Guy
big role.
Gardner.
Guy Gardner is in it, and that's a big Funny Books character, Guy Gardner. And I heard Superman's in it.
He is.
And Superdog, of course, is in it.
Also Guy Gardner.
You're going to let me call him Superdog?
That's fine. Well, he's Crypto the Super
He
Dog.
is Crypto the Superdog. And we still have that polybagged first appearance of Crypto the Superdog.
Mm.
We have plenty of them.
Is that contest still valid?
I don't know. It's probably not, because it was a ticket to the premiere, right? Or was it a ticket to a movie? Yeah, I don't know either. But there's also Crypto's own series that he just started. Plus there's the Superman by Dan Slott comic coming out right now, Superman Unlimited.
Mm-hmm.
We have Action and Superman, of course. Superman being written by Tom Taylor, correct? Is Tom Taylor right? Or Joshua Williamson's writing Superman? I think.
Right now?
Yeah.
I think Joshua Williamson. There's also that new series by Mark Waid, the Unlimited.
Superman Unlimited.
Yeah.
That wasn't Dan Slott?
Oh, that was Dan Slott. Mark Waid's writing something. Superman.
Oh, he's writing Action, and he brought Superboy back in Action. So Action is now the Superboy comic.
Is that what he's?
Yeah. Mark Waid's writing
Unlimited
Action.
Stand. That's crazy. Dan Slott on a DC comic.
Yeah, yes.
Dan Slott's been Mr. Marvel.
Yeah, and the Dan Slott one has something to do with kryptonite. Like something happens with
Yeah.
kryptonite. So that's kind of cool. And then later in the month, on July 25th, we will get the Fantastic Four with what's his name, Mustache guy.
With Galactus.
Yeah, Mustache Galactus. That's a good band name.
There's the one thing I know about this. Ooh.
We got a comment?
We got a comment.
You can put us back up.
I can try. Have Kevin on to talk about all the bodies he's found in town. Is Kevin finding bodies all over town?
I don't know. That's news to me. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
that,
Kieran wants to see the Kevin show.
really?
Yeah.
I'd like to see that too. I'll be on vacation. I'll watch it from vacation. There's
Yeah.
actually, that's right.
You got to get people when you're in here, Kieran. Oh, I'm gonna. Look
Kieran
over
would be good on the show if Kevin doesn't want to do it.
He would. Be.
Kieran's a big personality.
If I'm looking at you.
I'm looking at that spot over there in the corner of the store like I always do.
Make sure when you're in here, you get everybody else to say they want to see the Kevin Zunday.
And keep in mind, that will be a ship sailing without its captain. Anything could happen.
Anything could happen.
It's like when Kirk goes down to the planet and Scotty or Riker or when Picard goes down to the planet and Riker crashes the whole ship. Like Picard's down on that planet with Malcolm McDowell and he looks up and here comes the Enterprise screaming in. Like he left Riker in charge.
Brings the whole ship down.
Kirk's like, is that an Enterprise?
That's what's going to happen when it's me and Kevin.
Yes, exactly. Oh my gosh, that'd be funny. So Fantastic Four, we're all looking forward to that. I mean, even though with all the stuff they've given us in the previews to that movie, no one has any idea You know,
Yeah.
other than this character right here is going to say it's clobbering time numerous times apparently.
This is Michael Chiklis.
This
thing.
is the Michael Chiklis thing, yeah.
Yeah.
He's not so happy because of this new guy, you know.
Well, he's not happy because his team of corrupt cops got caught.
Yes. Because he was the commish.
Because he was Vic Mackey. I don't think the commish was corrupt.
You never know. So it's July. We're excited. So the first exciting thing is 2 massive superhero movies.
Yes.
And I'm telling you, massive. And they have comics to go along with them. There's a new Fantastic Four #1 this week. And we'll get to this week's comics at the very end of this episode of ZUNDAY. Okay, let's move on to what else is going on in Funny Books, which is we're selling ladders. We're now selling ladders. As you can see, this fine selection of ladders. Of course, if we're going to be selling ladders, we're going to, just like our selection inside Funny Books, which is the finest selection you can find. This is our finest selection of ladders to date.
We have tall ladders.
Tall ladders.
Short ladders.
Yes. Yep.
Blue ladders, apparently.
Blue. Good call. I was trying to look for another adjective.
Sort of reddish orange.
Yes. Yeah.
Ladders.
And they're stored at the Home Depot because we can't fit them in Funny Books.
Right.
So you come here, you pay double for a ladder, and then the double.
But if you buy 2 ladders,
Yeah.
then the first ladder
Yes.
is 10%.
Yeah, and the second one's 20%.
Yeah.
Okay, so for you guys that are confused, we're not really selling ladders.
Oh.
No, that's it.
Yeah. Oh.
That. Well, that we could go to the graphic first if you want to.
Right. Well, this is the order you gave it to me.
I know. I now in hindsight that I'm talking about it. Maybe we should go to the next one. Yes, this is the Funny Books ladder sale. It has a very long history. It's one of everyone's favorite sales.
Oh, by the way, speaking of which, speaking of the order, you changed the order of the photos.
I did
while I was setting this up.
Oh yeah,
and it screwed everything up.
I bet it did. Yeah, I made 0 at the end. I think.
No, you moved. Yeah, well, you moved 1, 0 or 1 to 9.
Yeah.
And renamed everything.
Yes.
For the new order.
Yeah.
And then it couldn't find any of the images because it was looking for
my God,
yeah.
That's terrible. Good thing you fixed that. Good TGIZ. Thank God it's Ziggy. So here's the graphic for Ladders. Ladders is a graphic novel sale. And listen, no one's better stocked in graphic novels than us because I'm obsessed. So when the sale starts when you buy any 2 graphic novels in the store, $12.99 and up. You have to buy 2. When you buy
which is basically any graphic novel except for the DC compact editions.
Yeah, and there's still a couple mangas that might not be, and maybe some all ages books.
Yeah.
So that gives you 10% off one and 20%.
Because those DC compact editions are cheap enough as it is.
Yeah, you don't
those
need
things are amazing.
You don't need a sale for those books. That's ridiculous. So 10% off the first one, 20% off the second one. We do the highest discount on the lowest price item here.
Yeah.
And then at that point, you have your opportunity to go to the next rung on the ladder and get a third book for 30% off, Siggy. Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of percent off. That's obviously where this ends.
No, because actually those that aren't afraid of heights can now go to the 4th rung of the ladder and get 40% off their 4th
40%
book.
off?
Yes.
Not even Amazon gives 40% off.
This sale blows away Amazon, yes. And you don't have to support
or like Lamazon.
And you don't have to support a crazy billionaire.
So obviously 40% off is where it ends.
Well, actually, ladders, for those wanting to climb to the extreme top of the ladder, be careful up there, folks. In fact, maybe I'll have to put that PSA that Captain America did about ladder safety.
Right.
The video.
Right.
I have to put that up if I could find it because, he has some good warnings like never climb a ladder inside a helicopter. Right?
Yeah.
That's dangerous.
That is dangerous.
So when you go to the top of the ladder, 50% off.
Though, honestly, I would refute that. I think it's more dangerous to climb a ladder next to a helicopter.
Probably,
than
yes,
it is
yes.
in the helicopter.
You might as well be in the helicopter.
Yeah.
Yes.
Helicopters do have ceilings.
Let's do an experiment. I'll climb one inside, you climb one outside.
Let's switch it.
So, 50% off your 5th book.
50% off your 5th book.
Yep. You have to buy them all at the same time, and highest discount will be on the lowest price.
And what happens if you want to buy 7 books?
If you want to buy 7 books, we will group them so that it's favorable to you, so that you get the best discount possible. And then on your sixth book, you start a new ladder.
Sixth and seventh.
Sixth and seventh book,
Yeah.
you start a new ladder. Yes. So, but the most important thing about the ladder sale, and don't forget this, is when you enter the store now, for the duration of the ladder sale.
Where's the? Oh, is it on this one? Oh yeah, there it is. That's what you're about to get to?
Yes.
Yes.
You must, well, you not must say, but if you want to participate in the community here, you have to say, hey, what do you sell here? Ladders?
What do you sell here? Ladders?
Yeah, which was what Ziggy coined, that phrase, and that's why Ziggy, you go to the next slide now, is the official spokesperson of ladders. And there is Ziggy in all his glory. Outside, you can see it's for our 20th. Does it say 20th on that sign?
No, it says 30th.
30th birthday?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, 30th. That's what I meant. Yeah, so 3 years ago, Ziggy was up on the ladder, and he is the official spokesman for ladders.
Yes.
So today would be a great day
Now,
to start.
if you don't know, the "What do you sell here?" ladders line is a play off of the incredibly long-running Wednesday night gag of walking in here and saying, "Hey, what do you sell here? Comics?"
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
That you did that. That was a gag you did for years.
For decades.
Yeah, listen, ladders has erased the memory of that to me. It's,
Hey, what do you sell here? Comics?
yeah, I guess so. Yeah, and then you said one day, what do you sell here? Ladders?
Yeah.
Because we said now selling ladders.
Yeah.
So it's the ladder sale. Everyone loves ladders, right? And but we have to see.
Wait, there's
expect some of these this month too on maybe our social media, because I'm fascinated by ladder people, men using ladders specifically. Yeah. Obviously, this is a hallmark of our country anyway. Right now, is this what's going on here in these two pictures?
I don't mind this one on the left because that ladder's probably pretty fairly secure because it's being secured into this wooden railing.
Yeah, it's kind of
so as long as that railing is secure, that's all right. But this one on the right here, on top of two garbage pails, that's a real.
That's so like not safe. Garbage pails.
Garbage pails.
You can't even stand on a garbage pail.
Yeah, they're very. What are they? They're very
wobbly.
Wobbly, yeah, unstable.
Yeah, unbalanced.
Unstable.
Yeah. I was going to ask you, which ladder do you climb?
I would climb the left ladder.
Yeah, although
that one's not going anywhere.
But the left one's a lot higher if you fall.
Right.
You know.
But it's more secure.
And I just search on the web all the time, like dangerous ladders, and you get the funniest. Like, people are absolutely insane with these ladders. What they do.
I know, they get 4, sometimes 5 graphic novels. It's insane.
Yeah, and I see on Instagram too, like people falling off ladders all the time.
Yeah.
Because you watch one, you're gonna get everyone, and it's dangerous. I mean, I don't even know how the WWE, like how they like slam each other around. Are those fake ladders?
No, well, you can't have a fake ladder.
Right.
It's still steps that go up.
Yeah. But I mean, they're so sharp and jagged, and those guys are out of their freaking minds.
They're out of their minds.
You know?
Yeah, let's give people
okay, yes. So, okay, well, my Simpsons clock was out of batteries this morning. What time is it?
It's right there.
11:24. Sounds like a great time to take our Yoo-Hoo toast. And since this is season, what is it?
Season 4.
Episode 3. That was just going to be a little thing I was going to do.
Oh, there was something you wanted me to explain. Is that on the show sheet? Do you remember what this is?
Oh, yeah. Someone was curious about Marvel 616.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
Do you want to do that after the toast?
Yeah, we can explain that.
Yeah.
Let's explain that at the end. Yeah, if we get to it. So, we have a couple things to celebrate this week with our Yoo-Hoo toast. And I'm very excited.
Shake it.
Yes, these are cold.
They are.
They are cold.
Is this going to be ice? Just
my hand is
a
freezing.
can of Yoo-Hoo ice?
Wow, this is going to be awesome.
Let me tell you something. This is going to explode. If I could tell, it's no longer moving around as I shake it.
It's all foam.
So it's all foam.
Yeah, I probably overdid it. And I have my nicest shirt on that I even own right now. And this shirt's going on vacation with me, so I bet nothing better happened to this shirt.
I'm a little scared.
And we'll get to my vacation later.
See?
Oh, look, mine's perfect.
I knew mine was going to be a
Mine
problem.
didn't fizz at all. All right. Here we go. And we're going to throw the picture up.
Oh.
There she is. Happy birthday to our wonderful Anna.
Happy birthday, Anna. It's today?
I think so. My phone said it was today.
Well, if your phone said it's today, it's probably today.
My calendar didn't say it was today.
Do you have it in a calendar?
No. On my wall in my house.
Oh, that.
I knew it was coming up. I think it's today. Today's the 6th, yes. Today's the 6th. This is her birthday, I want to say.
Happy birthday,
I hope
Anna.
I got it right. And if not, we only do one Sunday a month, so
yeah,
this is it.
This is it.
And
but it's special because we would normally celebrate a birthday because it's near the birthday.
Yeah, yeah.
But the fact that it's actually on the birthday
I
makes
believe
it
it's
extra
today.
special.
And what can I say about Anna besides her being completely adorable? Is that Anna has been so great here. She shopped here for a long time as a kid with her mom, and she's always very pleasant and polite and just demure and a pleasure to interact with. And then one day her mom asked me if Anna could work here. And I was like, heck yeah, Anna could work here. And she's just been fantastic. She joins us in our cosplays. As you can see, she's Star Trek on the right there. She's unique. She always wears a crazy eye makeup that looks really cool.
Yeah.
And she's extremely fashionable. She has a good sense of that. She's really smart. I think she's double majoring now at Rutgers.
Oh, that's crazy.
And she's been in Hungary for 2 weeks, and she's coming back today, and so we'll get to see Anna this week. I'm very excited to have Anna back. She just does a great job for us, and she's a great member of the Funny Force. Right?
Yes, she is.
And her favorite things are Garfield and the Talking Heads.
She loves Garfield.
And the Talking Heads.
And the Talking Heads.
She's
apparently.
just waiting for the time when she can use AI to make Garfield the lead singer of the Talking Heads on all the Talking Heads
do that
videos.
now, probably.
Probably. Yes.
All right.
So happy birthday, Anna. Cheers.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll only have Anna for another month because then she's going to go back
she
to
goes back
college
to
and she'll
school.
go back to active reserves, we call that.
Yes.
Right? And they'll just be the boys at that point.
Are we near anybody else's birthday?
Well, actually, I did bring 2 Yoo-hoos, but we could still use this Yoo-hoo.
We could still use this.
Yeah, it's a very big birthday this weekend. America. Oh, yeah, also. My buddy Sideshow Steve. There he is.
If you've ever been to a Funny Rama, you know Sideshow Steve.
Yeah, and plus in the early days he used to come in, right?
Yeah.
Before he moved to New Orleans. So Sideshow Steve has a 4th of July birthday. He's born on the 4th of July, just like Tom Cruise was, right? Well, at least in the one movie.
Yankee Doodle.
Yankee Doodle, Dandy.
No, I think Dandy was what he was.
He was a dandy.
His name was Yankee Doodle, I believe.
Funny thing is, I've also been referred to as somewhat of a dandy. And a fancy boy, at times.
I am a fancy lad. Do you know what that's from?
It's definitely Chris Elliott.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Is it from Scary Movie?
No.
Is it from Cabin Boy?
Yes. Yes, it is.
My Chris Elliott knowledge is on par. Somehow. I can't stand him when he has the tiny hand in Scary Movie.
Scary
and stirs
Movie.
the potatoes with it. I mean, that's if you want any information out of me, try to feed me those potatoes, and I will tell you anything.
He's like, my germs.
Yeah. Oh, yuck. Oh my gosh. So yeah, Sideshow Steve. So he used to come in here with my buddy Jeff. Jeff was actually shopping here. Sideshow Steve was his roommate.
Mm-hmm.
We all became friends. They were in a band together, a couple different bands together. I think they were both in Mad Rabbit together. Steve's been a musician his entire life since he was like 16, and so we just started to become very good friends. And then over a decade ago, Steve moved to New Orleans.
Yep.
We stayed in touch. He's vacationed with me twice. The past 2 times I went to Florida, he came down. And I'm trying to get him to come down this time. Again, I'll talk about my vacation later.
And you guys would know Steve because he does all the sound effects at Funnyrama.
Yes, he's the musical director as well.
Yeah.
He chooses the music, does the sound effects, and does the meetings. He's part of the Lake Hiawatha think tank. And I should mention, Sideshow Steve is also the founder and I guess owner of the largest cover band group on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Cover Band Central, and he's got a website, Cover Band Central. He is actually just this week promoting his new ebook. If you're in a band, Sideshow Steve has an ebook that you can get at Cover Band Central called "Get 'Em to the Show," and it explains how to beat like Facebook algorithms,
Mm-hmm.
so that when you're doing your social media, the posts go to where you want to go.
Nice.
And then all sorts of other tips and PDF files. I mean, Steve works. This is like my Action Figure Kingdom to me is like Cover Band Central to Steve. He's constantly working on it. He's been working on it for a long time, and he's hoping for a lot of success. That's exactly what I'm doing with Action Figure Kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
Just you want to be out there. So if you're in a band, coverbandcentral.com, Cover Band Central on Instagram, I guess, Facebook. And happy birthday, Sideshow Steve. I hope you can make it down to Florida for a vacation, because we have a great time together.
Yes.
And go Mets, because he's a big Mets fan. That's the only time I watch Met games is when we were in Florida together, because he has the MLB thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I get into it. That's as much baseball as I can take all
That's
year.
all you need.
Yeah,
That's as
honestly,
much
honestly.
baseball.
But
as
they
you
just
need.
beat the Yankees 2 games in a row in the Subway Series, so today's the 3rd game. Okay, so that was the Yoo-Hoo toast, and this Yoo-Hoo is as delicious as it gets.
What's next?
Going pretty well now that I have a sheet this time.
Yeah.
Okay, listen. We got some big news. Big news coming out of the Fun Cave. Oh, I forgot to use my ladder sign. So let's remind everyone the ladders is going on now. So big news.
All the graphics we put on screen wasn't enough.
Yes. Well, I need a graphic for the visual, for the thumbnail. So big news coming out of the Fun Cave. Oh, yesterday the Fun Cave was open. The Fun Cave is Funny Books' bargain comic outlet, temporary bargain comic outlet, located right across the street from Funny Books, where a $3.99 comic is $1.
$1.
And there's thousands of them. Marvel, DC, Star Wars, G.I. Joe, Transformers, Turtles, all ages, indies, you name it, $1. That could get you a comic over there.
$1.
And then graphic novels, anything $10 and up, which is all graphic novels, are 75% off, which is $2.50 if it's $10. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But
And there's some good stuff over there too.
And it's not done. We're still moving stuff in, even though. Yes. So unfortunately,
I'm gonna take this down because it's falling apart.
Unfortunately, last night, I did get a phone call from the landlord, and he has now rented
Yep.
the Fun Cave.
We just had temporary occupancy.
Yeah. So but the Fun Cave's not over, but the Fun Cave now, we're calling it Deadline Fun Cave. That's what I'm calling it.
That's what you're calling
Yeah,
it?
Deadline Fun Cave. Yeah, Deadline Fun Cave. So basically, we have another next weekend, maybe the finale of the Fun Cave.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I really wanted to keep this Fun Cave while I was on vacation, and then when I got back, I was going to bring a whole new selection into the Fun Cave. We were talking about calling it Fun Cave 4. Zig? Right. And unfortunately, this guy's going to be paying a lot more than I've been paying for the Fun Cave, and I don't blame the landlord at all. But It's super inconvenient.
I call it Fun Cave Endgame.
Endgame. That's good. I like that. End cave.
End.
That doesn't sound good. So I don't blame him, but one of the obstacles is he wants to start working in there, like in the back area.
Right.
You know, not the 2 rooms to the side if you've been to the Fun Cave, but the back where we're in it.
Right.
So this is going to screw up a lot of things. I already have a lot to do. Now, like today, probably I'm going to have to get in there and move all that stuff that's in the back towards the front more.
Yeah.
And figure out a new layout in the Fun Cave. And then we're just going to have like a blowout week. I'm thinking, this is tentative. Don't count on this. I'd like to open a little bit this week, possibly New Comic Day.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to do Friday night at the Fun Cave. We got to have our party, our Fun Cave party Friday night, because we haven't had a party yet. And then Saturday would be the final day, or Sunday. Maybe we'll do Saturday and Sunday, because as I said before, I will be taking a sabbatical. I just finished
Steve Batical.
I just finished the script to. I had written it before, but I had to fix it. It was 16 pages. I had to extend it to 20. We're talking about Action Figure Kingdom 18. So I just finished rewriting that script, adding. There was a lot going on in some pages that I needed 2 pages to tell it. So, and for those that don't know, if you don't have advertising in your book, you have to stick to multiples of 4 because
you can like be at like 18 or you could be at 18 pages and just have 2 pages of
right, but I don't. I've never had that in Action Figure Kingdom. Well, I'm trying to stay consistent with what I do, and I don't like to have filler material. I'll make it a multiple of 4. I'll either extend pages or take pages out. I'm a writer.
You can put a maze in there. Everyone wants to be a maze.
I have done extra content, not in an actual issue of Action Figure Kingdom. It's just something that I'm set on doing, is keeping it at a multiple of 4. So I raised it from 16 to 20. I finished it. I feel much more comfortable about drawing it now, because it was like I was like, sometimes when you write, you're like, Acrobot enters a room and hands Sparkinator a sheet of paper, and Sparkinator crumples it up and throws it in the wastebasket, and you're like, panel 1. Wait a minute, that's a lot of things going on there. How's that going to happen? So as you reread it, you're like, actually, this is going to be a big panel here, and then you rewrite it. So anyway, I'm ready to now go lay it out, and I laid out the previous issue on my Florida vacation, and I love working down there. Usually in the morning, get up, do some sketching. I'm going to lay out the whole issue, hopefully by the time. I'm only going for less this time. But because I'm leaving July 22nd,
when the party starts.
I had the option of moving out of the Fun Cave when I get back. And that was originally what I was thinking. And then I rethought. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to...
No one wants to have that waiting for them when they get back from vacation.
No. So I'm going to just step up the timetable on this. Now I wish I was leaving on a different day, because it's just becoming complicated right now.
Yeah.
But the Fun Cave's not over. But honestly, we need people to shop at the Fun Cave. We need people to come to the Fun Cave, buy a bunch of stuff.
Don't tell me, I'm already there.
Right. And yesterday we did okay, but we need a little more participation. And now, because the deadline is imminent, deadline Fun Cave Endgame, End Cave.
That's the official title.
The whole thing.
Yeah.
Deadline Fun Cave, Endgame, End Cave.
End Cave. Yes. And then the tagline is "The end is imminent."
How about the End Cave? No, that's
you just said that as if it was a new idea.
No, I meant, how about just the End Cave? Just the End Cave.
You're like, ooh, I got an idea. End Cave.
No, but I think it's funny. It's almost more of a euphemism than Fun Cave.
Euphemism? A what?
A euphemism.
A euphemism?
Hey, it's late in the show, I think.
No.
Yes.
I think It should be called Dead.
Oh, we have a Fun Cave graphic.
It was on. I just took it off.
Mm.
It should be called Deadline Fun Cave Endgame End Cave.
Graphic.
The end is imminent. End Cave.
Boy, that sounds fun to riff on. I'm going to do some of those. The last Fun
And then
Cave.
under that it says, it's a euphemism.
It's a euphemism. Yeah, so like I said, I'm I haven't taken a vacation since last, I think it was July, right? So once a year. And in that time period, we've done Funny Rama,
Yeah.
by the way, which almost killed me.
Luckily, you were already a bride of a dead man.
Yes, I was. But literally, I mean, and then right into the holiday season, and then this year has been a blur. We started off strong. Then I coached lacrosse for 3 months, and it was a miserable spring. And we've been doing Sundays.
It's been raining the whole time.
Yeah, free comic book day.
Free comic book day.
Now the Fun Cave. I need a vacation. That's basically it.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to it. And the kids will be in charge. So that's it. And now, I guess we should talk about some comics. That's enough nonsense.
Okay. Yeah.
Right?
We started with comics.
Oh, well, are you going to talk about the Marvel Universe real quick? 616?
Well, you had a question.
Yeah. One customer wanted to know, why did they name it 616?
It was named 616.
So the Marvel Universe that the comic books take place in is called 616.
The Earth 616.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So the 616 name was created by Alan Moore
Oh.
when he was writing Captain Britain.
Did you research this, or did you know this?
I knew this. I could have, when you asked me on Wednesday, I could have answered that.
Wow.
Yes. I couldn't research it. I couldn't remember what the question was.
That's true.
It was invented by Alan Moore when he was writing Captain Britain over in the UK.
Yes.
And Captain Britain was like a multiverse comic. I never really read that old Captain Britain stuff, but like he's like he lives in like Otherworld, and he goes from, we're not open yet. Hello. You have to give us a minute. We open in 15 minutes.
Hi. Yeah, we're filming a YouTube show. We're going to open at 12?
Okay, we're gonna be here, bro.
Okay, yeah, make sure you come back. Okay. They won't be here at 12.
Well,
Too bad.
too bad.
Kid had a Spider-Man shirt on,
Yeah, I
too.
saw that.
Man, that looked like a good customer, like an action figure kingdom.
That looked like, yeah, for sure.
616.
Right. So the Captain Britain comics were something having to do with him having to go to different worlds, different multiverse
Telling me?
stuff. Yeah. Well, you asked.
Just, I'm doing what you do.
Yeah. But I don't really know what the specifics of that is because I don't read the comics. But it has something to do. He's a multiversal. He was always a multiversal, even back in the 80s.
Yeah.
Right. And Alan Moore felt that it was very presumptuous of DC to refer to their universe as Earth 1. Like, in what is supposed to be an infinite universe.
Yeah.
You think you're, like, the key main universe?
Yeah, because that's the one everyone's reading about.
Right, but he thought that might be what they're reading about, but in the grand scheme of the universe, it's very presumptuous to consider yourself the first main universe, and everything comes out from you.
Yeah.
Right? So he was like, the main Marvel universe is just one universe in this infinite universe. There's nothing inherently special about it. It's just one of an infinite number of worlds. So he just picked a random number to show that it's just a random universe.
Such a terrible number. 616.
That's its point.
Yeah.
If there's anything that makes you
You know, Alan Moore's a dummy.
Well, we could do a whole Zunday
He's
on
probably
my
a
opinions.
genius.
We could do a whole Zunday on my opinions on Alan Moore.
Oh, I
But-
don't have any opinion on
Ugh.
Alan Moore other than if you don't want to do more Watchmen, then sorry, someone else is going to do more Watchmen. You can't just do Watchmen, make it awesome, and then nothing else is done with those characters ever for all time. That's not the society we live in. That's not the way things are nowadays. They just released the 20th Jurassic Park movie.
I know, and it doesn't look great.
Well, I don't know. Dinosaurs, I'd see it. But
But
I won't go see it. There's two superhero movies coming out.
Right.
I'm going to have to see them in the theater.
Well, yeah. So, but the fact, anything that would make you think that this is another one.
Customer?
Yeah. Well, person.
Oh.
He read the sign.
We'll be open soon.
He read the sign, the hours. I saw him reading
Mm-hmm.
the hours sign, and then he did the this thing.
Yeah, well,
Like,
because the light's on.
and the shades are up.
Yeah, yeah.
You shouldn't have the shades up when we're doing this.
You know, I don't want to catch it. I don't want to miss any Hare Krishna parades.
Which happened. So
Did we talk about
we never
that?
talked about this. So the last time we did Zunday,
Oh yeah, yeah.
the last
didn't
time
talk
we
about
did
that?
the last time we did Zunday, at the very end of the show, I think you said you can
You
start
can
to
hear music. Yeah.
You can hear music in the
and I'm
background.
like, whose car is that or something?
Yeah, we thought somebody was playing loud music out of their car, and we're like, all right, well, I guess we better go, and we end the show.
Too bad we shut the camera off.
We end the show. We shut the camera off. We walk outside, and there's literally a big Hare Krishna parade
right on the
happening
corner.
right on the corner, right in front of the store, and we're like, "Oh my God! If we just looked at what this was,
Yeah, we
Without-
would have filmed it. We
we
would
would've
turn the
filmed it.
camera around and
Yeah.
got it. And that would be the end of our birthday show with a big parade.
oh my
It would
God,
have been perfect.
would have been amazing."
See, the producers of the Funny Book Show, they should have had the parade earlier. They obviously planned this.
Yeah.
Right for the end of Sunday.
Right,
You know?
but they didn't. You know, not everything works out the way you want it. They thought
Yeah.
we would check it out.
I bet you people got fired.
Right. Because they didn't do enough to make sure we noticed it before going off the
Who
air.
was in charge of scheduling the Hare Krishna parade for Funny Book's birthday show? I can see the producer
Oh.
now. So
Who told it to start on that block? You should have had to start
Yeah,
one block earlier.
Yeah, one block earlier.
And go past the store.
Go past the store. See, we have to. We always talk about the Funny Book Show, but we've never told anyone what the Funny Book Show is yet. We will get to that in another.
In another Sunday, we will
Sunday,
inform you
yeah.
of what the Funny Book Show
Yeah.
is.
So, but we have to talk comics because, by the way, I went to funnyrama.com this week.
Yeah.
Couldn't go to it. Not secure. I fixed it.
You fixed it.
Yeah.
Okay.
The SSL certificate.
Yeah.
It's still valid until like next year, but there's something that that you have to like. They have to press a button or something. I don't know, but I was like, I don't know how long it's been like that because I was getting an email about it, and I was like, I had called previously, so I
Yeah.
knew it was good. So I was getting this email that it wasn't secure, and then the other day I had a customer, and I was like, let me show you how to use Comic Hub. First, you go to funnyrama.com, and it goes, this site is not secure, right in front of them. And I was like, well, that's... And then it was so funny. I was like, well, I'll get that fixed. So I fixed it. But anyway, now you can go...
By the way, if you ever get that and you need to still see the site,
Yeah.
just, temporarily, like, obviously you get it fixed.
Edit the URL?
You edit the URL, you just take the S off. It's HTTPS.
Yeah.
If you just take the S off, so it's just HTTP,
Yeah.
it'll let you look at the site.
Okay, there you go.
There's a little pro tip for you.
That's a good pro tip.
If you ever absolutely need to get to funnyrama.com.
Which is a great transition because Absolute Superman #9 is on next Wednesday. How about that? Absolutely. So we're talking about next Wednesday, which on Comic Hub is now called Arriving Soon.
Unless you use the app, and then it's still called Next Wednesday.
Okay, I hate Arriving Soon. So the other day, so for instance, like Godzilla Destroys the Marvel Universe is arriving soon.
Yeah.
By all definitions of the term arriving soon. You search it, it's not on there. Because it's not on next Wednesday.
Right. So, what's your definition of soon?
Soon is the next couple of weeks. Right? So it is arriving in the next couple of weeks. In fact, I think it's next week. You have to go to search all items to find it. You can't find it.
Well, because some people might not consider 2 weeks to be soon.
But I think if you go on there, you're like, oh, well, Godzilla comes out in 2 weeks. It's arriving soon. I'll search that. They have to change it. I'm telling you, it's just stupid. I liked it saying next Wednesday. I understand they changed it because some people might load 2 invoices at the same time
Maybe.
and get 2 weeks of stuff on there. But I prefer it to say next Wednesday. That's what I prefer. So anyway, if you go to arriving soon on the computer, next Wednesday on the app, you will find what's coming out this week, and you can get on there and reserve your copies. We're getting Absolute Superman number 9 from DC, and we're getting, in honor of the Superman movie, I would think, there's a brand new Superman Treasury edition coming out.
Mm-hmm.
It's all new. It's not a facsimile.
Right.
And it's written by Dan Jurgens.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it should be pretty good. It's called Superman Treasury 2025 Hero for All. Also this week will be Fantastic Four number 1, a brand new Fantastic Four number 1 comic book. I didn't even look to see who did it yet.
You know what I want them to change?
On Comic Hub?
Yeah.
Well,
Similar to your arriving soon. This is like on the same
what is
vein
that?
of the arriving soon. So right under arriving soon is last call.
Yes.
But it, you know, instead of being called last call, it's
Order by...
orders due Sunday and then in parentheses last call.
Yeah.
It should be last call in parentheses orders due Sunday.
Yeah. How about orders due and the date and it switches? They can't do that? They can't program it
Well,
to change?
I don't know about that, but the section is called last call.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And about it, the orders are due Sunday.
Yeah, yeah.
So it should be called last call,
Orders due Sunday.
parentheses orders due Sunday.
I'm 100% down with that.
They call it orders due Sunday and then in parentheses last call.
Yeah.
That's super backwards.
Yeah, yeah. Comic Hub's great, and it's also horrible. That's great, but also horrible.
It's great, but weird.
Yeah, terrible.
Makes really weird choices.
It's still great, and it's expensive. It's costing us more and more every month. That thing, I swear to God.
Well, we upgraded,
yeah, we upgraded.
so it costs more because we upgraded.
Okay, so also this week from Marvel, besides Fantastic Four number 1, pick your cover. There's tons of them. Oh my God. Ultimate
Remember,
Incursion.
because it went down this month.
What the bill?
The bill. Yeah.
Okay, good. Ultimate Incursion 2, which is Miles. It's Ultimate Spider-Man, the current one, in our 616 universe, meeting Miles, I believe. And the Marvel Swimsuit Special returns this week at Funny Books. And there are some really cool covers. So that's kind of cool. Remember the old swimsuit specials? Amanda did something in a swimsuit special, right?
Back in the day?
Yeah.
Tigra.
She did Tigra.
Not to be confused with Tigra.
Tigra and Tigra. Oh, not this conversation. I don't think we have time for the Tigra conversation.
Yes.
The Marvel Tigra and the
Thundercats Tigra.
Thundercats. They're both named Tigra?
They're both named Tigra, but Tigra
It's with a Y.
is with an I.
An I,
And
yeah.
Tigra is with a Y.
Yes, yes. We'll have to shelve that for another week. And then also coming out this week, there's a new Transformers 22. There's an Archie meets Jay and Silent Bob.
Archie meets Jay and Silent Bob.
It's a 48-page one-shot.
Yeah.
Also, there is what I'm looking forward to is the sequel to Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees. It's called Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees, Rite of Spring, number 1. For those who don't know, Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees is by Patrick Haworth. It's like his very first graphic novel that he wrote and illustrated himself. It came out last year from IDW, and it's about a serial killer, but everyone in the book is like a stuffed animal or some kind of an animal.
I would think the sequel would be called Above the Trees Where Everybody Pees. Whoa!
On that note,
The Sideways segment stepped all over my joke.
no, it was this punchline. Unless it was sideways before your joke.
No, it was during the joke.
Oh.
But it turned as
You
I
want
was
to tell
saying,
it again?
Well, yeah, above the trees where everybody pees.
It's
Right?
disgusting. Remind me not to walk through that forest.
Let's see if I can fix it this time.
Yes, and lastly, I wanted to mention that coming out this week is Planet Death from Bad Idea, which Bad Idea is now being solicited in.
There we go. Yeah.
Planet Death is now being solicited in. It's not the way they used to do it. You can
Right.
order it through Lunar now.
Is it Lunar?
Yeah. But we still have the bundles
What
that we
bundles?
never unbundled of the original Planet Death thing that they gave us. We never unbundled them.
Somebody got it.
Yeah, one person.
Yeah.
But today is one of your jobs is to get to the bottom of this.
Well, what's the bottom?
What is that?
It's a preview book.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So is it free?
No, it's $1.99.
Okay, we'll put that next to the Planet Death, although it's kind of late for that. Okay, and then also I was really hoping that we were going to get close to that Criminal hardcover release,
Mm-hmm.
and I was really hoping to take one with me on vacation. Unfortunately, that book doesn't come out until August 27th.
That's far away.
Yeah, yeah. So I am going to bring that Houses of the Holy with me on vacation.
You haven't read it yet?
No,
I just read it.
Yeah, is it good?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's my emergency book.
Yeah.
I always keep a Brubaker book as my emergency
That
book.
was my gift to myself. That when I caught up on all my comics.
Yeah. Well, I still have the Sleeper Omnibus that I never read. I have that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the whole thing in one
Right. Yeah.
omnibus. That's the only way you can get Sleeper. Because remember they printed volume 1 in softcover and they never
Yeah.
did the second volume? DC?
Yeah.
Ridiculous. So I have the only Sleeper complete collection. But it's like this big. It's ridiculous.
You think I don't know?
Mr. Absolute Edition. Absolute Ziggy.
That's me.
All right, guys. Well, hey, it's really important that everyone reads their emails and tries to get to the Fun Cave whenever we can open it. Fun Cave can't be open for a long time during the week because everything's so cheap there. You don't make enough money to pay someone to sit there.
Right.
So
Steve sits there.
So I sit there because I'm on salary.
But then you have to pay somebody to sit here.
Then yeah, like yesterday I sat there and I paid Kevin to sit here.
Yeah.
But I mean, I can pay him to sit here.
Yeah.
I can't pay him to sit there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We generally do well enough where I can pay
You
him
could
to
pay
sit there.
him to sit there and pretend he's sitting here.
Well, I don't. My brain doesn't separate that way.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, okay, well, you better go to the store. You know, because you're making this, and I'm just on salary. I'll go sit there. But you're right. It's the same amount of hours.
Yeah.
Oh no. Actually, when he works the Fun Cave, he works on credit, which is less than his salary.
Mm.
I just had work to do there yesterday, and I wanted to watch Planet of the Apes more.
That's the real reason to go to the Fun Cave.
Yeah.
There's always something good on the TV.
Yeah, there's always
Planet of
something
the
good.
Apes.
Yep. Mm-hmm. We did the
Beneath the Planet of the Apes.
We did the Simpsons movie the other day.
Escape from the Planet of
We
the
did
Apes.
some Pirates of the Caribbean.
Conquest of the Planet of the Apes.
We did Flash Gordon.
Battle for the Planet of the Apes.
Exactly. All right, enough nonsense for one day. Thank you for turning your Sunday into ZUNDAY.
Good bingy.